Welcome home, BG. And we ain't talking about what does BG stand for?
Baby Gangster. For Hot Boys?
Yeah, Hot Boys.
Baby Gangster.
You sure?
Yeah, because remember the whole interview? He was named after Birdman's brother who snitched on his dead friends. His name was
He was named after Birdman's brother.
He was named after Birdman's brother. It just came out that his brother snitched on his dead friends.
So he was named after a snitch?
That just came out. The snitch thing just came out, but he was named after Birdman brother.
Well, we were talking about Brittany Griner. Damn.
Oh, you was talking about Brittany Griner. I'm thinking about BG from the Hot Boys, bro.
That nigga still locked up. I don't know who that imposter was.
Yeah, but he's still locked up. Hey, listen, bro. Brittany's home. Well, first let me say this, bro.
Go ahead, give me your take.
Okay, I'll say this. First, I want to say a few things.
Uh-huh.
It is a few select people that knew about the Merchant of Death and knew his name and followed his story and was acquainted with what he did to Americans. Now, all of a sudden, it's like everybody knows him like he's their fucking uncle, bro. That's the first part. Y'all weren't too big on Victor last week. Let it go. Brittany's home. Listen, bro, if you went overseas and you did some dumb shit, you was smoking weed, you got caught up, bro, I would want them to trade the Merchant of Death to get you home. It is what it is. Now, did we take a L? I'm not sure. I'm not sure if we did, bro. I'm not sure if there's more shit coming down the pipeline that we just don't know about. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I think there is. I sat here 2 weeks ago and I said, listen, bro, it's real quiet on Brittany Griner. I think something's happening behind the scenes and they're going to bring her home. 2 weeks later, they brought her home. Yes, for an arms dealer, the Merchant of Death, his plan was to kill Americans on American soil. But, man, I'm not sure, man. I'm not sure. I don't think we took an L yet. I think it's too early. It's too early. It's too early to say that, bro.
I felt like with Brittany Griner in this situation, I felt like a lot of people knew about, but they didn't know who he was as far as like visually.
Yeah.
But during that time, I don't know if you remember, like this was like the year I graduated, like 2008. 2008, there was, you know what I'm saying? It was big on the news about this. He was public enemy number one.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I remember that part, but also the movie Lord of War.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's movies based off this man's life. And he's been locked up for over like, 10 years, 11 years?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to get into some of the things that I got from this, okay?
Break it down.
Bout was a veteran in the Soviet military and maybe the KGB, you know what I'm saying? After the Cold War, he ended up forming an air freight company that carried arms to war-torn countries in the Middle East and Africa. Law enforcement agencies couldn't do anything about it because selling arms isn't illegal.
Yeah.
In that sense of what he was doing. But in 2008, he was arrested in Thailand for arranging to sell weapons to undercover agents posing as FARC, F-A-R-C, which is a Colombian quote-unquote terrorist group.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So, yes, he was really caught trying to sell guns to terrorists, to America's enemies.
On some Call of Duty story.
And it wasn't really, well, they intended to use the airstrike missiles on American soldiers.
Yeah.
Not really American soil, but American soldiers.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? His most notable dealing was with Charles Taylor, was in the First Liberian War, the Civil War. You know what I mean? And that was when the child soldiers and thousands of Africans were killed.
So he basically supplied
the guns that killed thousands, hundreds and thousands of Africans. You know what I'm saying? So that's another thing that was big about. He might not have pulled the trigger himself.
Yeah.
But he definitely set the stage for a lot of people to be killed. But on the other hand, so has America. So that's one thing.
Now, of course, we don't really know this, but is he still a danger now?
See, that's another thing. So even back then, the judge, I can't really pronounce her name. It's like Shira Shingling or something like that, but she was the judge over his case, and she didn't even deem him as a terrorist. She deemed him as a businessman. But because at that point in time, the minimum that she can give someone, the minimum on that type of charge, selling firearms, was 25 years. Yeah. So he got sentenced to the max, to the minimum at that time. You know what I'm saying? So
story getting a little different now.
In the regard, like I said, she didn't even call him a terrorist. She treated him as a businessman, because that's what he did. He was a businessman. He would sell guns to other countries, but so does America.
Who marked him the Merchant of Death?
That's just because of things like the people he dealt with. He would give guns to these militias that would kill thousands of people in return. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, you know, like I said, you in danger.
Yeah.
You call on God's angels to come save you. You know what I'm saying? When you about to go kill some shit, you call on the angel of death to come give you these weapons.
Did we take an L, bro?
So hold on though. So a lot of people like to say, it's a Marine that's locked up over there, and we did. And
that is true.
It's deeper than what we think it is. Like, I don't know if y'all remember this, so I'm gonna go ahead and bring up some fucking facts. All right, people are upset that Brittany Griner was released instead of former Marine Paul Whelan and former teacher Mark Fogel.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Whelan was arrested in 2018 on espionage charges, which him and the U.S. denies.
So they think he's a spy, and the U.S. says
that's what he's locked up for on some spy shit.
The teacher or
the teacher is locked up on almost the same charges as Brittany Griner, but he's been in there longer.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I can understand him more than I can understand Whelan.
Yeah.
Because he's locked up for marijuana too, but he actually had a medical benefit for it. In America, he was an American teacher, and he was on, like, he could have a medical license to use marijuana.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But he moved to Russia for whatever reason. You know what I'm saying? But niggas moved to Russia and they don't give a fuck. And you're American at that. So that's another reason why Fogel was locked up. But Fogel was arrested in August 2021 on charges similar to Griner's, and he's currently serving 14 years of hard labor. You know what I'm saying? So people always wonder why Brittany Griner and Paul didn't come home. So here we go. So Biden did push for Whelan in the deal for bout, but it was shot down. The Kremlin, which is the Russian government, they stated that there is no exchange that they would take for Paul. They don't want to give Paul. They tried to get Paul. And this isn't the first time though. This isn't the first time. So let's go back into it. So mind you, this man Paul Whelan was locked up during Trump's administration.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He wasn't locked up during Biden. He didn't get locked up while Biden was president. He got locked up while Trump.
5 years, like 6 years
ago. So look, people are saying that Biden is weak, but Donald Trump didn't make an offer either. He didn't even make an offer to get Whelan out. But yet he done shook hands and been in the same room as Putin countless times. But the new administration, the Biden administration, made an offer which included Whelan and Trevor Reed in exchange for Bout and Konstantin Yushchenko, which is like, it's a dude. But exactly, I'm gonna get to that in a minute too. But the Kremlin resisted, including that Whelan, and they said they didn't want to trade Whelan, so that the only trade that was there was Reed and Yushchenko. So that's the first time that they tried to get a trade for them, and it was denied. You know what I'm saying? Russia values Whelan as a very high valuable asset and refuses to let him go by any means necessary. So it's regardless, even if we didn't do this, there's no way in hell that we were getting Whelan. There was no way.
Like I said earlier, bro, I don't think that we took an L, bro. I don't think that this guy is going back to Russia and getting right back into the army. I don't think all that shit. I don't think he's as dangerous. I don't think that he is as dangerous now as he was. How long has he been locked up to begin with?
Like 11 years.
This Victor guy.
So like 11 years. So even the Whelan family tweeted that they felt like Biden did the right thing because they understand that there have been at least 3 to 4 different other deals to try to get this man out, and Russia will give you anyone except him. Russia has said they're not trading this man,
and he is the teacher.
No, this is Whelan. This is the Marine.
Oh wait, because espionage, I think he's a spy.
They're not letting Whelan go at all. So there's no way, no matter what you say, no matter which way you put this, and try to say, "Oh, we traded this." There's no way in hell we were getting this. Yeah. So another thing is that, and honestly, to be real with you, unless you have a certain security clearance, you're never going to understand this geopolitical shit. Yeah, that's just bottom line. You're not going to understand it. I mean, Brittany Griner, okay, maybe it was a political fact that he chose Brittany Griner over what's the other guy's name?
The teacher.
Fogel. Maybe that was a political move. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, black, gay. You know what I'm saying? WNBA. It's going to get you some points in America where, like, nobody really even knew about Fogel being locked up over there. You know what I'm saying? But Whelan,
you can let it go.
Let it go, bro. That nigga's not coming back over here. And honestly, I'm seeing people compare, like, well, if Trump was here, and I'm one of them, because I said the same thing. Mm-hmm. If this was Trump,
you did say that
Trump gonna get this nigga back. But at the same time, Trump didn't even make an offer.
And he had time to do it, bro. I'll go back to what I keep saying, bro. Like, we heard Victor, we heard arms dealer, we heard merchant of death, and then everybody went crazy and said they're letting somebody go and they're gonna kill American babies tomorrow.
Well, the thing about Whelan, the thing about Bout is that in order to do what he does, you have to have a certain anonymity. Did I say that right?
I'm not sure.
Anonymity.
Say it again. Anonymity. Okay.
There we go. Your face can't be plastered everywhere in the fucking world if you're gonna be a fucking arms dealer to private militias and fucking guerrilla warfare. You know what I'm saying? You can't. That's one thing about it. Number two, we can't say that he's not dangerous though, because it's a fact of why they want him so badly. You know what I'm saying?
So why does
we don't
Russia
know?
Want him home so
but I'm not Russian.
They might be ready to kill this guy. They might think that he's been compromised after 11 years in a Russian prison.
One thing about it is that he was over sentenced. That's one thing. That's one of the reasons why he was let go. He has served enough time for the crime that he did according to the American law. Mm-hmm. He shouldn't have been, because that law has since changed. 25 years for something like that is like, it's niggas that sell guns don't get 25 years right now. But what I can say that's some bullshit is the fact that we got her out of there, and Biden has the power to pardon all federal marijuana users, federal marijuana felons right now. He can easily just go and pardon everyone who has a felony federal marijuana charge. If there are niggas in the federal government prisons right now who are marijuana sellers, dealers, and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? You have the power to do that.
Was this situation more important? Being that Brittany Griner could have gotten lost in Russia, never to be seen again, hard labor, was Brittany Griner's situation more important than
also
Darius that's doing a drug overcharge for a drug charge?
We have to stop thinking that Russia is some third world country that has prisons where like niggas just get killed and lost. The movies that y'all see with Sylvester Stallone in them and all the other shit, them shits are not all the way true, bro. Like, bro, these hard labor, they're working jobs. They're going to work.
But any foreign prison to me is foreign. As an American being in a foreign prison, I think it's completely dangerous. It's more dangerous than being
a foreigner in an American prison. That's not true. It's just as dangerous. It's just as dangerous as a Mexican from Mexico in an American prison as it is for American in a Mexican prison. It's just as dangerous. You can't say that, because if think about this, bro. American prisons house so many people from other countries where it's not that way, vice versa. You know what I'm saying? So you can you speaking from a perspective of an American, but for a nigga that's not from America coming to America, getting locked up here, it's hard as fuck to get out of this bitch.
I guess it's equal on both ways, because as an American, you're looking over here, I'm thinking like, hey, bro, it's all good.
It's not.
But for me going over there, I'm thinking like, damn, they gonna fuck me up. I don't know the mother language. Like,
imagine being from Africa and you don't speak no fucking English or something. Imagine being from South America and you don't speak no other English.
I'll simplify like this, bro, and it might sound ignorant. I'm just happy that Brittany's home. Whatever the Merchant of Death, Victor, whatever grand scheme that they've always built up, it doesn't affect me to the point where I know it directly affect me. Brittany Griner being locked up over there, it doesn't affect me, but I know that she's over there. She can get lost. She just was smoking a little bit of goddamn purple haze. They goddamn locked her up and they gave her 9 years. I knew that was wrong. You know what I'm saying? So for me, it's as simple as saying, come home. As you educate yourself, then you'll realize there are probably hundreds of people over there.
It's like you saying it's wrong, and wrong on your American's perspective.
Wrong? What you mean? I'm saying
like her being sentenced to that. Like if I'm Russian. Now, I'm not saying the charges won't trump up.
Listen, bro.
But if I'm a Russian, I get caught with weed and I get not like it's her. What if there are other Russians that are from Russia that got just the same amount of time that she got?
And to me, that's wrong because listen, does it happen? But if you get caught with an E-pin over here, you feel me? As a foreigner, you feel me? Like you're not gonna get 9 years in jail.
You don't know that?
No, bro. Like I can't say I can't say I don't know that.
In Louisiana right now serving life terms for fucking an ounce of weed.
We're not talking about.
We're talking about America.
Bro, we're talking about a weed.
America.
Listen, bro. We're talking about a weed pen. A professional a professional basketball player with a weed pen that got sentenced to 9 years. Like, no professional from a different country is going to come over here and get caught with a weed pen and get sentenced to 9 years.
Bro, we have Americans. I know for a fact
that's not going to happen.
We have Americans that serving time like that.
We do
for weed, bro,
and we do. But
so what make her different?
But that's different. Because she's
what?
Because she's a professional NBA player that's getting locked up overseas.
The thing is, she's a professional NBA player that should know better.
It sounds bad, but it's the truth.
We cannot exile accountability, bro.
Like, it sounds bad, but it's the truth.
I'm happy she's home. That's gracious. But we cannot we always cry about putting celebrities on the pedestal, and then here we are putting celebrities on the pedestal.
This isn't that, bro.
There are niggas right now in America. That's what I'm saying. This is why I think it's fool. This is why a lot of niggas think it's fool. Because you have niggas in America who can't get that type of treatment, but we doing this for her, and that was her choice. You got niggas in America who, especially in Louisiana, on that 3-strike law, that got sentenced to life for pettier shit. For pettier shit. You got niggas who in America who have been killed for pettier shit. That's so true. It's like for this man to put that much emphasis that they say for this to be, I mean, it's all political warfare. Bro, it's political warfare, bro. Brittany, and I get what we're saying, but Brittany is not a fucking
She is not the top of the pedestal, bro, but Brittany Griner, America could not have let Brittany Griner go do 9 years in a Russian prison over.
But we gonna let Fogo do 14.
I don't know that
he was an actual teacher. So
listen, bro,
another teacher that don't matter.
Have they? Okay, so has there never been attempts to get Fogle back?
No, this nigga's been there since 2021.
It's been no attempts. So is this story the same? He just got caught with an E-pen and it was something small like that. Something simple.
Only difference is this man has a medical condition. You know what I'm saying? And he was using it for medical use. All I'm saying is,
this is America. What do
we
know why she got the attention.
All I'm saying is, I felt like in the political race that's about to come up, this could hurt Biden in that race because it's a lot. First of all, let's go ahead and say it. Most of us are at heart conservatives. We're all at heart conservatives. It's only certain values out of the left that we pick and choose that we honestly connect with. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes down to, like, as a grown man who has bills, pays taxes, and
you pick what helps you.
You pick what you vote for your interests. And as a business owner in America, as a dad, as a person who pays taxes, bro, like, I'm gonna vote for my interests. You know what I'm saying? But it's a lot of people who don't know the facts that I just said that's going to look at this and say, well, Brittany Griner got brought back from, you know what I'm saying, from over there, and we let the Marines stay over there.
I think,
you know what I'm saying? That's going to hurt. You got people who don't know about it. That's going to hurt Biden in the long run, I think.
I think what people just need to just come out and say, honestly, that nobody wants to say. Just say, hey, I really don't give a fuck about it, but I just want to talk about it. I want to talk about it amongst my friends. Mm-hmm. Hey, this is how I feel about it on the outside. But deep down, bro, you don't. If Brittany Griner went and did 9 years, it would have been really no fucks given. If the teacher if the teacher does 20 years, you're not really going to care. You don't care that Victor's home. You don't care what he's going to do. You don't care. Let's just talk about it for a brief moment, and then let's get off it. Because at the end of the day, there was no night that I rolled over and my wife said, "Why are you so restless?" And I said, "Brittany Griner, she's on my fucking mind." There was no nights. And I'm not gonna sit back and say, "Damn, Victor, is he building a bomb right this second?" You don't truly care.
But he never built bombs. He just sold them.
Or sold guns. You know, like, you don't really care.
But what makes this shit so dangerous because we're almost back into that nuclear war. This is what it matters, because we're almost back into that nuclear race again. I don't know if y'all been watching the news with Russia skipping NATO meetings and shit like that.
Niggas are saying, everybody's saying, if I see one rocket cross the goddamn plane, it's gonna go down.
All I'm saying is that you don't want people who have access to nuclear weapons and shit to be able to just be roaming free and to be back with their clique, their gang.
But what I say is this, bro. Like,
this shit matters. You just don't know.
As American people, right? I feel like what's happening is the meteorite is coming, and there's nothing to stop the meteor. And it's at a point where it's like, hey, I'm either going to worry about when the meteor is going to hit, or I'm just going to live life knowing that regardless, this meteor is going to hit. As American people, bro, with everything we got going on, there's literally nothing we can do about any of these situations. All we can do is just vote in our office who we can vote in, and there's hope that it trickles up and makes a change.
You can be aware.
That's true.
I'm not gonna stop awareness. This is why Americans give more fucks about Kim Kardashian than they do about nuclear weapons. This is the problem with, and I hate to be that nigga.
Yeah.
But this is the problem with a lot of the left. A lot of people on the left just don't give a fuck about shit like this, and they skip over this. But yet they can name me everything that's going on in pop culture. But like this shit is serious, bro. Like this shit is very. Listen, like I get what you're saying. Life is this type of shit right here. You do not want to be in the blind because these people can make moves without y'all fucking knowing.
Bro, people aren't eating. People can't pay their rent. People are riding the bus to work. Like life is fucked up. The last thing you want to hear is, hey, listen, at any second, you feel me, the two heads that can't work together might start bombing shit. And people might start dying, bro. I literally think that's what's going on. Like, people need to be aware. But you can get all this information and be as aware as you want to be. I think that the majority of people in the world are in no position to really let that fill up in their brain. Like, life is hard enough as it is. I mean, and it should be different, man.
That's why you gotta start bringing awareness to people. Like, you gotta start telling people, like, yo, like, okay, he might be old, he might not be able to do what he do, but that man had serious connections.
He's still an asset.
That man has serious, and they accepted that man for a reason. They could have got other people. Bro, now they could have got the assassin dude. I forgot his name, but they tried to get him before, and it didn't work out. But all I'm saying is like, you know, life goes on, yeah, but life comes to a halt when we're in war. When shit happens, like when we back in Cold War times, that type of shit is the reason why our gas goes up to $10 an hour. That type of shit is the reason why oil is so hard to get. That type of shit, this type of geopolitical shit, this type of shit is reasons of why things be fucked up here, and niggas blame it on Biden and niggas blame it on Trump, when really, bro, we are really almost into another Cold War. This shit is about to get. I know people like this shit don't seem like it's serious, but bro, like, it's all fun and games until we living our lives, and then we all got to come together and pray when that missile in the sky, and we got to count our days.
I mean, but literally think about it though, bro. Like, if I was walking around the bus loop at a recess in 5th grade when somebody came up to me and said, bro, 2 planes hit the towers. Like, we've been in war our whole life. We've gone through recessions. We've gone through goddamn black president. We've been through all this shit has been going on.
Self-sabotage.
Our whole entire life. See that? Now, I'm not gonna go deep down to conspiracy.
It wasn't self-sabotage.
Because we can go deep down. There were bombs on every level.
Or did we just want the oil?
Yeah.
Did we just stage this whole thing for the oil?
Man.
Because last time I checked, I feel like the last real threat that we have is Russia and China, and if them two niggas come together, our way of living as we know it is over. I'm sorry, bro. Most of our trade and all that shit coming from China, that shit's gonna come to a halt. That, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, bro. When the oil gets controlled by the Russians, what happens? We don't. What happens, bro? So it's easy to sit up here and be on your cell phone and I got bills and life, but that way of life that you have is gonna come to a complete halt. And we are not. We're barely even a superpower anymore.
What?
We can know what's going on, so we can vote. We can vote properly. Like, a lot of people voted this Biden and Trump shit based off of who you like the most and based off who was more popular and who said the least racist shit. Trump might have said the most racist shit, but Biden done the most racist shit. If we really being honest. If we being honest, there's more niggas in jail right now for marijuana because of Biden than it is because of Trump.
Listen, that's true. Listen, bro, Trump literally spearheaded a rally going up to the Capitol and got a girl shot in the mouth.
But there are hundreds. That's true. That's true. That's true. But there are hundreds of thousands of black men who died in the prison system because of Biden. I'm just saying. You saying that, but there are hundreds of thousands of niggas whose life had, and a black community whose lives have changed because of Biden.
Exactly, bro. So look at our
over drugs. So he just got Brittany Griner back home over weed,
bro. So look at our options.
Just saying.
Look at our options. I mean, you know,
we can vote smarter if we know what's going on and just stop voting on things like abortion. I'm saying abortion doesn't matter, but that can't be your only voting point.
Canceled.
It cannot be your abortion and LGBTQ rights. You have to vote on everything. Some people just see one little piece and be like, I'm voting for this. And now you might get that, but you might have 10 other things that's fucked up. We voted for Biden. That bitch ass nigga text my Cash App. You know what I'm saying?
That man
that
is
shit made me
dead.
mad, bro.
Yeah.
That shit made me mad as a bitch, bro. Because why is you playing with my Cash App? Why is you playing with my Venmo? Why is you playing with my shit? I got nothing to do with y'all.
And I go here,
you know
bro.
what I'm saying?
I go here.
I got enough money.
I go here all the time, bro.
Did you give my money to Ukraine?
Yeah, I mean,
the fuck is going on?
Listen, bro. Like
don't even like black people over there.
Look at, bro. This is the world that we live in, bro. Like, but I personally feel like we, as people of color, bro, if we want to see change, if we want to be able to be more aware, if we want to be in these positions to learn and to really put shit in place when it's time to make a move, bro, we have to fix our community, bro.
You have to stop posting the Israelites. You gotta stop posting that,
bro.
shit.
I got in a crazy argument, and I don't want to go too deep into it, bro, because I don't know too much about the Hebrew Israelites.
Oh God!
But when I've seen the videos, when I've been seen them in person, it just seems like the underlying message is like the white devil, and I feel like I'm gonna get tired of that shit after a while. Like, damn, bro. Like, okay,
hey, bro,
cool.
Like
I understand.
Constant white devil. It's constant,
you know what I'm saying? Bro. I've really been out and been like, come here, brother. Do you know who you are?
At first, it's like when you first listen to him, you be like, yes. But then after like day 2 of that shit, I'm like, man, God damn.
Everybody is trying
damn.
to tell us like who we really are.
I started thinking like some of that shit be my fault.
You know what I'm saying?
They be like, the white man ruined your life. I mean, bro, some of that shit is my fault. You know what I'm saying? I
did a few things.
I take some of that shit, bro.
You know what I'm saying? But bro, this is the world we live in, bro. We only here for about a span of 100 years. You know what I'm saying?
But knowledge is power, though.
Knowledge is power, bro. Bro, you're right, bro. You feel me? A lot happens. I literally just was listening to the MLK tapes podcast with like 16 episodes, just trying to learn more about MLK, bro, and just realizing what really happened behind the scenes and how he was assassinated. And it's just knowledge
that nigga wanted reparations.
It's just knowledge that you don't know. You know what I'm saying?
That nigga wanted them reparations. They was like, pow.
You think about all that shit. You feel me? You think about Gaddafi. You think about Malcolm X. You think about all these things.
Oh. The angel of death, the merchant of death. He supplied Gaddafi too.
Hey, so I mean, so at the end, and niggas got love for Gaddafi, bro. So I mean, at the end of the day, you gotta ask yourself. I mean, did he really do a bad thing? He helped the Gaddafi. You know what I'm saying?
But you know, with the good come the bad.
Who also was assassinated.
But we can't get over. You can't get over that Liberian Civil War. A lot of people.
Yes, a lot of people.
Shit, bro. Like,
man, this world is death. It's about love. It's about death. It's about money.
It's just for the death. It's about love. It's about death,
bro. Bro, yesterday I watched Emancipation. Whoa.
Sorry.